Hello friends, welcome to Doubt Forum. This question is basically based on the law of conservation of momentum. And the question is, a ball of mass 10 kg moving with the velocity of 10 root 3 meter per second along x-axis. It hits another ball of mass 20 kg which is at rest. Now after collision, the first ball comes to rest and the second ball disintegrates into two equal pieces. One of the pieces starts moving along y-axis at a speed of 10 meter per second. The second piece starts moving at a speed of 20 meter per second at an angle theta degree with respect to the x-axis. The configuration of pieces after collision is shown in the figure. The value of theta in the nearest integer is. So this picture shows the condition after the collision of these two objects. To understand this question better, let's start with the momentum. The momentum of a body is the multiplication of its mass and velocity. As we all know that the momentum is a vector quantity, the direction of momentum is the direction of velocity. According to law of conservation of momentum, the total momentum of an isolated system is always conserved. It means, suppose there are two bodies, there might be more than two as well. If these two bodies are interacting with each other, so suppose the mass of first body is m1 and the velocity is u1. Similarly, the mass of second body is m2 and the velocity is u2. If these two bodies collides, so after collision, the mass suppose remains m1 but the velocity changes to v2. Similarly, for the second case, the mass will remain m2 and the velocity becomes v2. So according to law of conservation of momentum, total momentum before these two bodies collide will be equal to the momentum or after the collision of these two bodies. So momentum before collision would be m1 u1 because the momentum is the multiplication of mass and velocity. So this is the momentum of first body plus the momentum of second body would be m2 into u2. This momentum would be equal to the momentum after the collision. So after collision, the momentum is m1 v2 plus for this second body would be m2 v2. So according to law of conservation of momentum, total momentum before collision would be equal to the total momentum after collision as long as the system is in isolation. As we know that the momentum is a vector quantity, so if the collision is taking place in a straight line, so before collision and after collision the body is moving in a straight line, so we can simply add these terms. But if the collision is not happening in a straight line, we cannot simply add these momentum because momentum is a vector quantity, so we have to take care of the direction as well. So suppose what happens here, this body m1 which is moving at a velocity of u1 collides with another body of mass m2, velocity is u2. So after collision, suppose what happens, the first body comes to rest. So after collision, this m2, the velocity of this become 0. But this m2 body starts moving at an angle. So earlier these all bodies were moving in a straight line, suppose in this x direction. After collision, the first body comes to rest, but the second body starts moving in a direction. Suppose it starts moving in this way. So the mass of this body is m2, the velocity is v2, and this is making an angle of theta degree with respect to the x-axis. So now if we want to apply the law of conservation of momentum here, what we can do? We can simply find out the momentum before collision easily because the body is moving in a straight line. But after collision, what we can do? We can simply break the momentum into two components. The first component would be in the x direction. So the component of this momentum m2 v2 in x direction would be m2 v2 into cos theta. This would be the component of momentum in x direction. Similar to this, we can break this momentum in the y direction as well. So the magnitude of momentum in the y direction would be m2 v2 sine theta. This is simply the resolution of a vector into its x and y components. Now if we want to apply the law of conservation of momentum, what we can further explain it like that the total momentum in x direction before collision would be equal to the total momentum in x direction after collision. So here what we can do, we can simply find out the total momentum in x direction before collision, and we can equate that momentum equal to the total momentum in x direction in the after the collision. So let's find out. So the total momentum before collision in the x direction would be, because these two bodies is moving in the x direction only, so the momentum in the x direction would be m1 u1 plus m2 u2. This is the momentum before collision in the x direction. So this would be equal to the total momentum in x direction after the collision. So after collision, the momentum of this particle has become 0 because the velocity we are assuming it to be 0. So this would be m1 into 0 plus, we have to take only the x component of this m2 v2, because here before collision we are taking the momentum in the x direction only. So after collision we have to take the part of this m2 v2 which is in the x direction. So the part of m2 v2 in x direction is m2 v2 cos theta. So this would be equal to m2 v2 cos theta. Similar to this, for y direction we can write it like that the total momentum in y direction before collision would be equal to total momentum in y direction after collision. So before collision, as we can see that there is no motion happening in the y direction, so the momentum in the y direction would be 0 before collision. So this would be equal to the total momentum in the y direction after collision, because the momentum of this particle is 0 because the velocity has become 0. So this would be equal to the momentum of this particle m2 v2 in the y direction. So this is equal to m2 v2 sine theta. So this way we can apply the law of conservation of momentum. If the condition or the values of mass and velocity before the collision is known, we can easily find out the value of mass and velocity after the collision, or vice versa. Now let's move back to the question. In the question, what is given that there is a ball. So suppose there is a ball. This ball, the mass is given as 10 kg. The velocity with which this ball is moving is given as 10 root 3 meter per second in the x direction. It is mentioned that this ball is moving with this velocity in the x direction. There's another ball. This one is little bit bigger. The mass is given as 20 kg. This ball is initially at rest, so the velocity is 0. After collision, what happens? This bigger ball is split into two equal pieces. So each piece will have the mass of 10 kg. So this is the picture after collision. After collision, this 20 kg ball has split into two particles. So one particle starts moving in the y direction. So this would be, mass is given as 10 kg. Let me change the color. So the mass is given as 10 kg, and also the velocity is 10 meter per second. Velocity in the y direction is given as 10 meter per second. The another component or the another piece of this 20 kg particle, the mass is 10 kg. The velocity is given as 20 meter per second. So the velocity is at an angle of theta. So this is the direction of velocity. It is equal to 20 meter per second. So here what we can do, we can simply find out the value of momentum. The value of momentum of this particle would be mass into velocity. So this is equal to 10 into 10. The momentum would become 100 kg into meter per second. So this is the momentum of this ball of 10 kg which is moving in a y direction. Similarly, the momentum of this piece of ball which is of 10 kg and having a velocity of 20 meter per second. So the momentum would be equal to 10 into 20, that is equal to 200. And if we apply the law of conservation of momentum, what we can do, the total momentum in the x direction, total momentum in x direction before collision would be equal to total momentum in x direction after collision. So before collision, the momentum is, mass is 10 kg, the velocity is 10 root 3. So we have to multiply these two. So this is the momentum of first ball plus the momentum of this bigger ball before collision would be 0 because the velocity before collision of this bigger ball of 20 kg is 0. So the momentum of this 20 kg ball before collision would be 0. After collision, the total momentum in the x direction would be, because this ball is moving in the y direction, so the total momentum in the x direction, so momentum in the x direction would be 0. So this momentum is of in the y direction only. Here what we can do, we can simply split this 200 into two components. The one would be in this direction, which is the x direction. The second one would be in the y direction. So in x component of this 200 momentum would be 200 cos theta. And this would be 200 sin theta. Because here I am just talking about the component in the x direction. So this 200 cos theta is in the x direction. So total momentum after collision in the x direction is only 200 cos theta. So this would be equal to 200 cos theta. So from here the cos theta comes out to be root 3 upon 2, and this way the value of theta comes out to be 30 degree. So this is the momentum in the x direction after the collision. As we all know that the total momentum before collision is always equal to the total momentum after collision. Here we can see that the total momentum in the y direction before collision is 0 because no motion is happening in the y direction before collision. So the total momentum in the y direction before collision is equal to the total momentum in y direction after collision, because the total momentum in the y direction before collision is 0. So the total momentum after collision in the y direction should be equal to 0. As we can see that this is the momentum in the y direction after collision, which is equal to the 100. So the part of this ball which has got splitted from this 20 kg and starts moving at an angle of theta. So the momentum or the part of this 200 in the y direction, that is 200 sin theta, must be equal to this 100. Then only the law of conservation of momentum would satisfy. And we know that the value of theta is 30 degree. So if we put the value of theta as 30 degree here, so this comes out to be 200 into value of sine 30 is 1 by 2. So this way the component of this 200 in the y direction is 100. So this is equal to this 100 momentum which is in the y direction in the upward direction. So this way these two will cancel each other. So the net momentum after collision in the y direction is also equal to the 0. So this way the law of conservation of momentum satisfies in this equation. So thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel Doubt Forum. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.